we started and we got our index.php and we got our style.css. Now what we want to do now is we want to actually create us a home page. And you can see that I do have my themes folder already in here. This is the one that is being powered by WordPress, so make sure that you have that folder in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to right click and create a new file. And this one is going to be called frontpage.php. Alright, we got a blank document. So let's go in and add what we need to add here. So the first thing we need to do is write a PHP query for our header. We're going to say get underscore header. Alright, and let me add that and then make sure I close that off. And let's just copy this and come down to the bottom and hit Command V. And let's just change this to get footer. Okay, so we're good at that portion, and that's what we need to get those. Now we still won't see it simply because we haven't done it in our functions.php, and we'll go get that off of Moodle here in a second. Alright, now what I want to do is I have a custom page. I just have a design in my prototype folder. So let's just go to prototype, and what I want to do is, remember, we're querying in all of, let me go to my index, sorry, and we'll just take a quick look at what this is. Now I hope that your theme will look a lot better than this because I made this in like 5 minutes, so spend a little bit more time creating your site, but you know the process is the same. So this is what the page that I want to put inside of WordPress, and this is a custom page. And we talked about custom pages versus template pages, so you should know what that is. So I don't want any of my header information, none of this, because we're going to query that in. It's going to have its own file, and I don't want any of my footer information here either. So what I need to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to get from my opening and closing div, so just literally the content, and I'm going to copy this in. So let's just grab all of that, make sure I get this last div. Let's just hit Command C, and let's go back to our actual WordPress folder and just paste that in, Command V. Alright, and I'm going to hit save, and let me go to my WordPress site. Localhost custom, sorry. Aha, it's there. Now I do need to go in and just add admin so I can actually see my dashboard. Oh no, I don't remember the password. Ah, I remembered it. Okay, so I added that in. So let's go in and do a couple of things here. Now before I actually forget, let me go in and change some settings. Totally forgot. Let's go to general, and I'm going to the tagline. I'm going to say, hey, I'll just say we make sites. You can write whatever you want. You get the point here. We make websites, and then customs. I'll keep my customs thing, that's fine. Oops. Okay, so we changed that, and let's save our changes. And then let's go into our permalinks. And remember, we want to change this to the post name simply because we want the actual name of the page to show up. And that's what we're going to do. So let's go in and hit save changes. Okay, so if I visit my site, you can see that it's there. But we got a problem. My images are not showing up. So if you remember, we actually have to go in and add something in there. So back to brackets. So wherever you have an image, remember that you end up having to go in and writing some PHP for it. So let's do open caret p open caret question mark PHP, sorry. And let's say I want blog info what this is going to do, this is just going to make sure that we have this information actually queried here, and we need to go in and add a little bit more stuff here. So I'm going to say I need my template URL. I'll just say it like this, and we're going to say template underscore URL. Okay, and that is looking pretty good. And let me go in and add my question mark in this. Now you do need to end up putting a backslash here, and that's something that I do like to actually add. Let me just space this out. So you should have this here. So we're saying PHP blog info, and don't forget that backslash. So it should look something like this. But one thing that I did forget to put in my quotes. So make sure that you put that in there. And that is all we need. And what I want to do now is I actually want to just copy this and place it in my other images. So I'm going to hit Command C and put it on this image. And then Command V and put it on that image. Alright. Now, any other images that you would simply have, just make sure that you add that in there. And let's save this, and let's just see if it shows up, which hopefully it will. So let me go to, why do I keep shutting that out? Localhost. Aha, my images are here. And there we go. So just make sure that your code is correct on the images. You can see I kind of forgot my quote. So just make sure that this is the code that you need for your images to actually show up. So just take a look at that and make sure that you put that anywhere that you actually have an image. And now our front page.php is actually set up, and we're done with this. So on the next video, what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to build in our header.php and our footer.php.